Hey, what's up, guys? Houston here. Look, if you're looking for a personal loan over $5,000 and you're trying to avoid the hard pull, well, these lenders are the ones that you want to take a look at. The first one is Rover. Now, the situation with Rover, it is a tribal lender. So that's for those of you that go to the casino and lose your money. Well, what they do, they take that money and they reloan it out at a higher interest rate, right? Now their personal loans go from 300 up to 5,000, okay? And the good thing about this, you can actually apply for this loan with a soft pull. Now your minimum income, I would tell you, for the lenders that I'm talking about, you should have anywhere between $1,000 to at least a $1,200 monthly income to get approved for some of these lenders. All right. Now again, letting you know that these loans have a higher interest than your typical bank loans. Okay. However, I do have some lenders that do come from financial institutions that offer a lower interest rate, but it's with a different scoring system. So we're going to talk about that as well. So the first one, again, we're talking about is Rover, and it goes from 300 up to 5,000. Next one is Universal Credit. Now the reason Universal Credit is here, you can see they go from 1,000 up to 50,000. But the interesting thing about it, say that you have a good credit score, but your debt to income ratio is out of whack, right? So they work with people who have a high debt to income ratio of up to 75%. Now, most of your typical banks and credit unions, if you have a DTI over 55%, they will deny you even with an 800 credit score. But this is an alternative lender, and so their credit scoring starts at about a 560 credit score. Now, I would definitely tell you it is a soft pull. As you can see here, it says checking your rate and fee won't impact your credit score. So that's the good thing about it. You can actually check to see if you qualify without it actually affecting your credit score. All right. But if you have a high debt to income ratio, but it's less than 75%, this is one of those lenders you want to take a look at. Okay, and like I said, the minimum income is from 1,000 to at least 1,200 to 1,500. If you have that type of income and you have direct deposits with an up-to-date bank account, these are the type of lenders you want to look at, even if you have bad credit, because it's a 560 credit score. Okay, this next lender we're going to be talking about is Avant. Okay, and Avant personal loans. So the thing about it with Avant personal loan, they go from 2,000 up to 35,000. All right. Now, again, you're able to without a hard pull on your personal credit. So that's the great thing about this. Also, the minimum income you have to have with Avant is at least $1,200. But you do have to have an active bank account with deposits. So that's one of the things you have to keep in mind. Granted, they do go up to 35,000, but you do have to have active bank account with deposits, okay? The next lender we're talking about is Opportune. Now, with Opportune, understanding that they're not in every state. However, again, you can see here, even with bad credit, you can get a loan from 300 up to 10,000 with Opportune. All right. So the minimum income, now here's the interesting thing about with Opportune, the minimum income you have to have is at least $500 a month. So if you have a low income, you still can qualify for these here lenders. Okay. Now, one thing I'm going to say to you guys is make sure that you have an active phone number and email as well, because they do check that stuff. They use AI technology for a lot of these lenders to see if you have active email, phone number, active bank accounts, and the deposits. So just keep that in mind. And about NASA Federal Credit Union. Now, why am I talking about NASA Federal Credit Union? The reason I'm talking about NASA Federal Credit Union, because many people now, they have a higher Vantage score than they do a FICO score, right? If you go to Credit Karma, that's your Vantage score, and usually people see that they have, Vantage score. Now with Credit Karma, granted, they do give you a Vantage 3. However, NASA, they use a Vantage 4 score. Okay, now the difference between the Vantage 3 and Vantage 4, again, the medical bills is not calculated. Say that you have multiple inquiries, that had happened within a 14-day time period, they don't count that against you. Okay, and so with the Vantage 4, they're more flexible because with Vantage scoring, like I tell you, you can add rent payments, utilities, subscriptions, and authorized users. All right, so NASA used to use mortgage 2 scoring, FICO, but they switched over to Vantage 4, so which is real good. And as you can see here with their personal loans, go up to 30,000, and they offer lines of credit that go up to 30,000 well. Okay, and so it's very easy to join NASA. All right, they have the space program that you can join. I think it's like $10 a month or whatever. But this is Vantage scoring, so that's the reason I'm talking about it, because it's an easier place to join and an easier way to get a loan, even better than Navy Federal, because Navy Federal uses a FICO 9. Now, don't get me wrong, with FICO 9 scoring, it's pretty good, but when you have a company that's using the Vantage score, it's even better. All right. Now, the next one we're talking about is Christian Community Credit Union. Now, Christian Community Credit Union, they also use a Vantage scoring system as well. Okay, and so they offer the personal loans, as you can see, with the personal loans going from 10,000 up to 50,000. All right, so you do have to become a member. It's very easy to become a member, but they also offer the lines of credit. And I always tell people, although the personal loan interest rate may be lower than a line of credit, the thing about it is that because it's a revolving account on the line of credit, so that means that you can use it, pay it back, use it, pay it back without reapplying. However, with the personal loan, once you use it and pay it back, you have to reapply for it. So that's the reason I'm not too big of a fan of. The next lender we're talking about is BCU, Backer Credit Union. Okay, and so the easiest way to join them is through the it's MoneyU something, but it's an organization. It's $5, but they do give you the $5 back. Okay, I should know the organization because I'm always talking about it. But the good thing about it, this is a Vantage 3. That's right, it's a Vantage 3. So you have a higher chance of approval with the personal loan because they use a Vantage scoring. Okay, and as you can see, the difference with the interest rates on the personal loans as well. So with the personal loans, the personal lines of credit. Now, you have one other lender that's a Vantage scoring, and I would definitely tell you to check out. And this is Randolph Brooks Federal Credit Union, Vantage 4. Okay, now you can join the American Consumer Council for this here in order to become a member with them. All right, so when you join them, like you see here, they offer the signature lines of credit and they offer the lines of credit. All right, so again, my thing is, if you're going to be going after funding, I would definitely tell you to go after the lines of credit. This is a Vantage 4 scoring system as well. So that way, again, adding your utilities, subscriptions, rental payments, and authorized users to help build up that Vantage score would definitely give you a higher chance of being approved for this here credit union. All right, and as you can see, they have certain loans, holiday loans also, that go up to $5,000. So the holiday season is around the corner. So you definitely want to check out these type of institutions. All right. Now, if you have any other questions about business credit funding, personal credit funding, removing negative items off of the personal credit, click the link in the description. Schedule a one-on-one consultation. Thank you.